What is up, people? What is up, people? This is Abraham Walker coming at you again with another video. We are talking about Arlington County, right? So let me get on the right page. So we're talking about Arlington County. This is the numbers for February 2022. In this conversation, you're going to probably come to terms, you're going to come to grips with the fact that maybe you're not going to be able to afford to live in Arlington if Arlington's your target market, right? Depending on your price range, depending on how interested you are in competing for this limited resource, which is called Arlington real estate. Hey, maybe you have to look in Fairfax County. Maybe you have to look in Prince William County. Maybe you have to go all the way to Loudoun, right? Or Maryland. Anyway, so on this video, we're going to talk about we're going to compare Arlington to the rest of the region, Northern Virginia, that is. We're going to talk about units sold as far as homes that have sold in the past and how many there are. We're going to talk about over asking, which I think is one of the most interesting segments that we're going to cover. I don't see this information anywhere online. No one's really talking about this, even though we all use this information when we are creating offers for our clients, our buyer clients. Even when we're representing sellers, we talk to them about how much over asking somebody will potentially bring to the table. So we're going to talk about over asking, what people are paying over asking price. We're going to break it down by property type as well. We'll also talk about the average sales price, which is, how much on average homes are selling for. And last, we'll finish up with what's next, right? What can you expect as we go deeper into the spring market? I mean, technically the spring market hasn't really begun, but based on the way people are acting already in this market, I would say spring is here. Spring is here. So if you're watching this channel, there is a link in the description to the perfect home questionnaire. Fill out that perfect home questionnaire. If you are ready to start the home buying process, we'll schedule a time to meet via Zoom. I'll answer any questions that you may have about the home buying process. Even if you're thinking about selling your home, also use the perfect home questionnaire. And then we'll cover everything in our one-on-one session. You can use the comment section. I will just add that, the comment section isn't really a place to go into deep details, but I will be sure to respond to any comments that are left in the comment section, right? All right, so let's talk about the region first. Northern Virginia, for the purpose of this real estate channel, is Arlington County, Alexandria City, Fairfax County, and Prince William County. I know some people get upset with me because I don't include Loudoun County, and I just got to be honest with you. The western part of Loudoun County, I consider that out of town, right? It's so far that I consider it out of town. So if we were to include Loudoun County, I would only be able to include that eastern part, and then it gets messy. So we just don't include Loudoun County in our analysis. That's not really a big issue, in my opinion, but I just want to let you know. So Arlington represents 11% of the total transactions for Northern Virginia in the month of February, right? So I wanted to kind of pull this data point out just to let you know that Arlington's a super small part of the region. It's very desirable, and it has the most desirable commute times in all of the region, right? So you just have to prepare yourself to compete with other individuals who also want this rare product. And Arlington prices are $128,000 more than the rest of the region. That's right. $128,000 more than the rest of the region, right? So that little small sliver of the region is close to everything. There's also a lot of walkable communities there, which is desirable. There's great public schools there. So now you see why Arlington is so expensive. So we should continue to see, just based on the trends that we're going to talk about in a few minutes, we should continue to see Arlington being a more desired area to live in the Northern Virginia area. Now, let's talk about the number of homes that sold in February. The reason why we're looking at this piece of data is to give you an idea of how many homes we should expect to come on the market in the future. Also, we'll see, and we'll have like a brief discussion about the fact that since so few homes are on the market, competition is just going to start to stack up, right? Competition is just going to start to stack up. So 199 transactions took place in the month of February. This is down 22% from last year. So that's almost a quarter of the transactions, a quarter fewer transactions. But what does it mean by property type, right? Because you're not just shopping for all of the properties in Arlington, if you are looking in the Arlington area. Single family homes are down 27%, townhouses down 29%, and condos are down 17%. I got to say, condos, I think that a lot of people are missing out on the opportunity to start the home buying process, to start building equity by really overlooking condos, right? I see a lot of our clients that are trying to jump straight into townhouses, straight into single family homes, instead of building your way up, right? Have like a little stair stepper property types, right? And condos, again, they just offer a unique opportunity to start the home buying process, start the equity building process. And then you could be in a position that a lot of people are in at least the Northern Virginia market, where they've sold an existing property. And now, in addition to their down payment, they also have that equity that they're able to apply to their next purchase. So keep in mind, condos are, I think, where it's at. You're going to see more videos from us about the condos in this region to help you navigate the condo market. Condos represented 60% of all transactions in Arlington, which is going to be interesting because when we see what the average sales price is in Arlington, you'll notice that with so many condos being in the market, the condos here are also relatively expensive, right? So even though it is a smaller amount of square footage, you're still paying that location premium that you should pay being located in Arlington, right? So we should still expect to see fewer homes come on the market in the springtime. That is going to mimic what we've already seen in January and February. The reason why we're going to see fewer homes come on the market is because sellers, the market is almost like a musical chairs, right? Where people in condos are selling their condos, moving into townhouses. People in townhouses selling their townhouses, moving to single family homes. People in single family homes are selling their single family homes and moving to luxury single family homes. So you have this musical chairs, right? As prices start to increase, the price of the next tier property, which we're going to see in our next piece of the presentation, becomes so much more expensive than what you currently have that you really just stay put, right? You just make concessions with your current living environment and you don't make that next move to the next property type, right? Our next segment we're talking about is over asking price. This is a part, I'm a little confused. I got to be honest with you. I'm a little confused. I don't see this data point anywhere where we talk about exactly what are people paying over the asking price, given the fact that so many properties are selling over the asking price, right? So when you're looking at homes, you see the list price, right? The list price is really just a marketing number. It's just a number that the seller says, okay, great. This is what I want people to know my house is on the market for. Because this is a market and not like a grocery store where you just go pick something off of the shelf. Now you have to go into a bidding process. Since there's more demand in the market right now, that list price is usually just a starter price, right? It's just an introductory price, right? And so now we have what is over asking price, right? What happens over here, right? Well, surprisingly, 45% of all transactions in Arlington, were sold over asking price. That's 10% above what happened just last year. So you may be thinking to yourself, with almost half of the properties selling over asking price, what's the purpose of having a list price? Hey, this is to let you know that, if a property doesn't sell, because only 45% of the transactions sold over asking price, that means that 55% of the transactions sold at asking price or below. Right. So that means that asking price is giving you an idea or an opportunity to understand exactly what the seller wants, right? Or what's the ballpark or range that they would want. Given the fact that this over asking price has increased 10% from last year, this just shows me that the the buyers of this year are learning, right? They're learning from their mistakes from the past. We saw a lot of people enter the market last year and they actually exited the market and went back to renting one more year because they could not compete. And those individuals, they've been saving money, they've been preparing for this market here. And now they're paying $50,000 over asking price for those homes that sold over asking, right? That's insane. That's insane, right? Because this is a huge increase from just 2 years ago. Right? I mean, just from last year, right? This is 50. This is twice as much as people were paying just last year. So last year they're paying $24,000 over asking price. This year they're paying $50,000 over asking price in Arlington. That's it's mind blowing to think that this is actually getting worse than last year, right? Last year was a bit of a surprise. 2020 was even more of a surprise. But now it seems like people are learning. They're like, okay, great. So this is what it takes to win. If you're going to be in this market, this is also why. This is also what you're probably going to have to do, right? All right, so for single family homes, on average, they pay 132 over asking price. Townhouses, 33,000 over asking price. Condos, 14,000 over asking price. Again, look at those condos again. I'm gonna constantly be focused on these condos because I just feel like this is a great opportunity to get into the market, start building an equity, and start your real estate journey, right? All right, let's talk about the average sales price. This is just, a number that we see on TV a lot. $786,000 is the average sales price. This is all property types. This is why I really don't give too much credit to this number because it's for all property types. I've yet to meet a buyer who isn't in just one particular property type, and you're going to see based on the average sales price why that is. So this is 8% higher than year over year, but let's look at the property types so you can see exactly what the average sales price is per property type, right? So 1.3 million for single families, which is up. Then we're at 899,000 for townhouses and $520,000 for condos. Now, as you could see, it's almost a pattern, right? It's almost like an extra $400,000 moves you up to the different property types, right? So, what is $400,000 in the grand scheme of things? It's a promotion. It's a very big promotion, right? Or as you consolidating two households, right, into one roof. It's two incomes. A lot has to happen for you to go from a townhouse to a single family house, with your financial status. So this is why, again, I don't understand the media uses this overall number to kind of give you an idea of what the market is doing. I think it's much more important to look at what are these individual property types doing. So then that way you can understand exactly what you're going to have to do in this market. Keep in mind the condos. This includes condos that are 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom studios, right? For the single family homes, also you have single family homes that are luxury estates that sell for $3 million and up. $2 million and up, right? And then you just have like modest single family homes. I hate using the term modest when we're talking about something that's over $1 million, but it's the market that we're in, right? So as far as prices are concerned, we should see prices to continue to increase at least through the end of June. The reason why we're going to see prices increase through the end of June is because most luxury homes come on the market in the springtime. We have the largest collection of luxury homes that come on the market in the springtime, and then those homes come off the market because those sellers are usually individuals who plan when they put their house on the market, months, if not years in advance. So they put their houses on the market at a given time, and then they stop coming on the market for the most part, and then we'll see a dip in the average sales price. So you're not going to see a decrease in the price of the property that you're looking at, right? Because if you look at the data online anywhere, you'll see that there's always a dip in the average sales price. That doesn't mean that the price of the properties are decreasing. It just means that the luxury properties that usually come on, the extremely rare properties, they come on at a certain time period, right? And usually that's in the springtime, okay? All right, this is a bonus piece I want to give to you all, which is days on market. Arlington days on market is at 39. For single family homes, it's 42. Townhouses is only 10, right? Why is townhouses 10? I think the townhouses is 10 because this is like, even though, the average sales prices of a townhouse is $899,000, so almost $1 million, this is still like the starter home price in Arlington for a townhouse. We'll see a lot of first-time home buyers going into that townhouse market. The townhouse market can range anywhere from 650 to 1.1 million. So days on market for that premium product is going to be higher. And then we have those condos that I love to mention to you all. Condos. Let's talk about these condos. Add these condos to your portfolios, right? Start your real estate journey. All right, let's wrap up with what's next, right? What's next? Before we go to what's next, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Use the link below to fill out the perfect home questionnaire if you're ready to start the home buying process. I'll be your guide through this home buying journey. I'll answer any questions that you have about the real estate process in the perfect home questionnaire. I'll see you on the Zoom session, right? Okay, so now let's wrap up this session, talking about what's next, right? We should expect that things are going to get worse as far as the average sales price over asking, right? So we should see those over asking numbers increase as we see better properties, a more premium property product come on the market in the springtime. We always see that happen. We should also see buyers who have been planning on buying this year, last year, or this year, 3 years ago, that have been saving their money, right? Making necessary sacrifices. Those buyers are going to enter the market when those premium properties come on, and they're going to be ready to do whatever it takes. So we should see things get worse on the buy side. If you're watching this from a seller's perspective, you're about to go to the bank like Scrooge McDuck, right? But this is going to be great for you, right? For my buyers, be prepared to make concessions, right? Be prepared to make concessions on your home inspections. Be prepared to make concessions on your financing contingency, your appraisal. Everything's up for grabs right now, right? Everything's up for grabs. When we have clients that are putting in offers on properties and there's like 30 people making offers on the same properties, and the starting overall asking price is like $70,000-$80,000 over asking price. I mean, hey, like you're gonna have to make some concessions. So just get prepared for that right now. Mentally, you got to make that mental shift right now that if you want to win a property in this market, this is what happens. This is what's going to happen. All right. And lastly, just keep in mind, it's a numbers game, okay? You're going to have to put in a lot of offers, potentially, and just get prepared for that, right? So we're telling our clients right now, don't fall in love with anything. Don't fall in love with anything unless you want to do what it takes that no one wants to compete with you, right? And we don't necessarily recommend that in every scenario, right? Because a lot of these properties aren't necessarily dream homes. Like, this isn't your dream home. But if you come across a property that is your supposedly dream home, a once in a lifetime opportunity, then you have to be prepared to do what it's going to take to win that property. Because right now, this is about winning, at least for these next 3 or 4 months. You can go shopping in the summertime when things slow down a little bit. If they do what they did last year, which they slowed down a little bit in the summertime, they slowed down a little bit in the fall, early winter time, right? That's the time to go shopping. Right now, this is about winning, right? Are you going to win? Are you going to do what it takes to win? I don't know. Only you can be the one to decide that. Anyway, I'm your host, Abraham Walker, Ask A Walker, your Northern Virginia real estate agent. Thanks so much for watching Where to Live in Northern Virginia. So many of you have been reaching out to us this month. We thank you so much for your support. We hope you like the content that we're creating. If you have any ideas for content, post them down below in the comment section. We'll take a look at it. We're always looking to bring you all interesting content, interesting pieces of content. Well, that's it for me. That's it. I think that this was a good little session. I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.